Welcome back. For those of you joining for the first time, my name is Leanne. I'm a registered and licensed dietitian, and I have a degree in culinary arts. And I'm happy to partner with CDR Naturals to provide to you a cooking demonstration today. Our goal is to add value. We want you to learn, and we want to empower you to cook at home. Today I'm going to show you how to ferment your own sauerkraut at home. When I say sauerkraut, I'm not talking about the vinegar canned sauerkraut that's been cooked. The canned and cooked sauerkraut actually loses a lot of health benefits and loses probiotics in the pasteurization process. Foods that are fermented are naturally rich in probiotics. Probiotics are great for digestive health. They feed good gut bacteria, which is good for brain and immune health. Sauerkraut is also rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber, and it can also reduce inflammation for people with inflammatory bowel disease and gastroesophageal reflux. Now we're gonna go over how to make the sauerkraut. You can make the sauerkraut a couple different ways. Today we're going to be using a mason jar with, this is called an easy fermenter lid. You just put the lid on and suction the air out of the container and you fill it with water and it ferments in the jar for a period of time. The other way that you can make it is you can make it in a crock. It just depends on how much you want to make at one time. This head of cabbage is a little bit under 2 pounds. I am using a tablespoon of sea salt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the sea salt over the cabbage. I'm going to mix it up and the sea salt will draw out the liquid in the cabbage. You're actually probably mixing this for 2 to 4 minutes because you want it to be incorporated really well. After you mix it up, then you're actually going to cover it and just set it out on your counter for about 30 minutes. And again, that's just to help draw the liquid out of the cabbage. It's important when you are filling either the crock or the mason jar that you're getting as much air out as possible. So once you have your cabbage in the jar, I'm going to take the tamper and I'm going to press down the cabbage to get that air out. After it's pushed down, then I'm going to just take regular room temperature tap water and I'm going to cover it. Cover it with 1/2 inch of water. It's important that the cabbage stays submerged for it to ferment properly. So you can buy glass weights for fermentation to keep your product down in the jar. If you have a crock, it already comes with a weight. Something that one of the customers at the store recommended to us was to actually take the cabbage leaves and push them down into the jar. So that way the cabbage stays submerged. And then you put the lid on top of the jar. And then you set the jar on your counter for 2 weeks, just at room temperature. If you notice that the cabbage is starting to absorb the water, you can take the lid off and add more water because, like I said, it is important that it stays fully submerged for that 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks is over, then you take the fermenter lid off, you put a regular mason jar lid on, and then you put it in your refrigerator for 1 more week. At the end of 3 weeks, then it's ready to eat. And that's how you make your own fermented sauerkraut at home. There are some great ways to enjoy this. You can put it on top of your salads. You can pair it with roasted or grilled meats or poultry. You can put it on sandwiches. You can put it as a topping for your tacos. And you can even just eat it on crackers. So we hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.